it's THATABDULGUY, and you're watching a Burst London production, bringing you the sick in music. Today we sat down with the low-key introvert, who's actually a bit of an extrovert. But above all, it's an honour for us to have such an amazing guest on the show, who's kept himself busy for good times and tough times. So please, stick around and listen and hear their story.
ISAIAH SHOTICAURY here, and rapper, producer, a singer, an average guy just trying to make it, just trying to end it.
Yeah. Right, so let's start off with the first question. What has kept you going this whole year? Sure, it's been a few months, but what just kept you on your feet?
What's kept me on my feet? I think just self-doubt.
Self-doubt, how so?
I think the more you doubt yourself as an artist, it makes you want to get back up and really figure out why you are who you are.
Where would you say you are at the moment?
I think right now I'm at a point where it's I'm content, but I'm never going to be satisfied.
Oh, why is that?
I think it's because I have a militant mindset. I don't know if it's because I'm a Capricorn, and Capricorns are they have that stubborn, mindset where no, it has to be done that way or this way. That militant mindset where everything has to be done in a perfective way that you shape your art to be.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm guessing perfection takes basically plays a big role in your work.
Yeah. It does.
So I don't know, were you working on your album, for instance? Did you try to aim for perfection?
I think that time I was on my Kanye shit, and I think what I really like about him is no matter how he is he's very irrational about how things are meant to be done, it has to be done in a way where it's perfect. So with that example that I've led on to work on from Downhill From Here, I had to argue with certain people to get songs right. I had to really put my ego to the side. I don't really have an ego, but when you're around other egos, you have to just make sure you're the biggest one in the room, because at the end of the day, it's your work. So I had to deal with that and make sure that we all come here together to get this project out, make sure this project become what it became.
But you do take a lot of inspiration from it, because I've noticed in some of your tracks you could almost say these do sound in a way, I guess, Kanye type beats. Do you agree? Or
yeah, man, it's I'm very heavily influenced by him. I'm very heavily influenced by grime. I'm influenced by Dizzy's Boy in the Corner album. Downhill From Here, some of the songs have references from Boy in the Corner to the album. 3 AM, if you listen to the end, there's a Dizzy Rascal song that's referenced on the album to 3 AM. And I think the inspiration made me want to really open my eyes and expand more, especially on the productive side, because I feel
So I'm guessing you produce as well?
Yeah, I'm a producer.
Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, producing. I started producing when I was in school, but I kind of stopped because before I really got back into the music, I was doing performing arts, so I was mainly acting and stuff. I was studying Shakespeare, Miser techniques, and all of that.
The switch up from Shakespeare to basically Kanye.
You're telling me? Yeah. It was a rocky road, but here we are.
And I'm guessing, have you always wanted to pursue music, or has it just happened?
I always wanted to pursue music. I knew it was something that I will do, mainly because I think it's because my parents really I knew my mom kind of put that initiative onto me when I was young. My mom, she told me that from that time when I was a kid, she knew that I was just heavily influenced by music. So she said, it's a no-brainer that this is what you want to do. And I was like, oh, so you knew this was going to be my passion.
So I'm guessing you think positively of what you do now, because you do get some parents who, I guess, will often say, harsh things such as, when are you going to get a real job and all of that. So I'm guessing your mum does support you along this journey.
Yeah, she's very supportive, and she's sometimes realistic. And when I mean realistic, she's like, it's a great thing that you have all these opportunities and you're performing, you're doing shows, you're doing interviews and stuff. Is it going to pay the bills eventually? And I told her, sometimes it's not about the sprint, it's about the marathon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with her, she kind of realized I'm very creative, and she knew I had this mindset of putting myself in the creative aspect of music. I think that's one of the main reasons why I really love and adore my mom, because like she really knows that, sometimes I'll have my moments where I'm very unsure about the music stuff, and she knows that, like, you can do it, just don't doubt yourself. And she's probably the main reason why I am doing music.
Times when you have doubted yourself, has there been like means where you'll be able to, I don't know, perhaps express yourself, perhaps get rid of stress? Like, I don't know, perhaps maybe you've just made a random freestyle at the moment, or perhaps you've just gone out and just did something for the sake of it.
Yeah, sometimes when I deal with stress, I cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's such a weird thing to say. I don't know. I think the reason why, like, I find it weird because, like, I just like to cycle. Mainly because it's a great escape. You like, you plug in your AirPods, you just press shuffle. You don't really need to play a certain type of song when you cycle. You just play whatever comes into your mind, and then you just cycle, and you cycle for God knows how many minutes. It could be 20 to an hour. To the longest I can go is an hour, not like 2 hours. I'm not Lance, I'm sure, but like, hey, but like,
do what you do.
Yeah, but it's like listening to an album that really affected me.
Such as?
So I'll give one example. When my dad passed away many years ago, my cousin, she told me listen to Blonde, and at the time I didn't get it. Like, why out of all albums Blonde? But then I listened to it a lot, and it's like, oh, okay, I see why.
Yeah.
And I feel like the album since then has been it's been a great coping mechanism. Yeah.
We do know that you have an upcoming EP, and like, is there any chance you could perhaps tell us like a bit more about that, or is that just like top secret?
The EP is called The Prelude 2. The reason why I called it The Prelude 2 is because it's a teaser of what people might think they're gonna hear on my second album that is coming out a year from now. I want to say it's a continuation from Downhill From Here, but it's a bit of a like me going to a new chapter, but I'm still trying to close some boxes from that chapter, like end the chapter, end that book. I think this EP is gonna like showcase people that, okay, this is really gonna be like a build up, and then when the actual like album is out, it's gonna slap people left and right. Like, I'm saying it right here in this interview that we're having. This next body of work, this album is going to be quite a masterpiece.
It's gonna be the one.
It is the one.
Yeah.
Like, people think Downhill From Here was amazing. You have not heard anything yet.
I mean, honestly, it was. But speaking about Downhill From Here, is there anything from there that you perhaps like do again, or perhaps like to change or anything like that, or do you think it's perfect the way it is?
It's perfect. It's perfect. I think the album was such a gateway to like me entering into this space. Like, it opened doors for me to get to like where I'm trying to get to. Like, like I got to perform in many shows. Like,
Yes, they do.
I know.
Tell us about that, because I've noticed like you go to Manchester. Like, like, correct me if I'm wrong. You've been to Bristol.
Like, yeah. I've been around. Yeah.
Do you find it like intimidating for you, or was it just?
I think getting there is intimidating because like people, they often ask me, why am I the low-key introvert? Why do you have that name? It's not even just a nickname, it's just literally who I am sometimes. I look like I'm yo, what's up, man? But like, I'm just chilled, right? I'm just chilled. Once I'm on stage, it's go time. Because I think when you enter the stage, you're a different individual, you're a different person. And I think my favorite show I've done, I think it will have to be the Burst London event with Kessa. And I think maybe because it was around Christmas, towards Christmas-ish. And then I think my favorite song I just love performing is Voices. I don't know why, it's just one of my favorite songs to perform because I get to like create a mosh pit, create crowd chaos and stuff. Yeah. And seeing how the crowd interacted with that song, that event really just showed that, oh, I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm here.
And basically just makes you like just happy, like,
yeah,
you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah. I love performing, man. Like once I perform, I'm gonna give it everything I got. That's why, like, when I look at performers like Retro Pussy, Fred Jones, Joe Jazz, even Michael Abraham, many more of the people that I know, those individuals, when they perform, they take over the stage. Yeah. And you have to watch and analyze how they take over the stage. And when you watch them, you have to make sure, I have to do that too. I have to be like that, because when you perform, you have to make sure you include art in your performances. Because I think the more you just perform and you're just nonchalant about it, you're not as serious as it is, no one's going to take you seriously. It's like a battle cry. You have to battle the crowd to win them over.
Yeah. So is there like any specific words of advice you'd give to like new artists or artists that are perhaps maybe struggling and not where you are at the moment?
My advice, man, is always bet on yourself. Don't be afraid of the risk and the consequences. I feel like the risk is such a greater cause, because I feel like if you're really invested in being an artist, you should be prepared for the risk. Yeah. And you should be prepared for the sacrifices. I think that's what people don't really know. Like, they don't know how much you have to really sacrifice. You're a musician. You have to focus on the work. And sometimes you can get lost in the shuffle by just juggling two things at once. And I think what made me find a way to like make sure I could like really work it out is I'm a routine person. I'm such a militant guy. I just got this. Once I figure it out and I structure myself, I can do everything.
Can you like explain about what you mean by militant?
So militant mindset is like, okay, I have a routine. This is what I have to do. And once that's done, okay, so I make sure that's done. And then something coming up next after, that's done. Just structure. Yeah. Like a militant mindset is just structure.
Yeah, I understand, like you sing, you rap. Is there like any other creative things that you do?
I just started learning to DJ.
Okay.
This one sounds so condescending, but basically my aim was, once I learn how to DJ, when I do like a set, when I perform, I'm gonna wheel it up so I ain't get, I'm so good, I do it myself. No, but I'm learning to DJ because I see how fun it is, how like the DJ controls the crowd, and the songs, the transitions, the cues.
It's how in itself.
Yeah, and then when I started recently like learning to do it, I was enjoying it. Like I was mixing some piano with K Trinada, and I was like, oh, okay, I can do this, and then yeah, I've been learning to DJ. I've been trying to write more. Yeah. Not just for like music, but like maybe poetry.
Yeah, I mean, you did say you need to study a bit about Shakespeare.
Yeah. To be or not to be, that is still the question to this day.
But yeah, moving on from that, like another thing I'd like to ask you is, where do you see yourself, like let's say 5 years from now? Like, or in fact, is there like a big dream that you have, like a big ambition, or somewhere you'd love to perform?
Where I see myself 5 years or even 10 years, I just want to like perform at the biggest events, I dream to be in festivals. I would love to do Glastonbury. I would love to do Isle of Wight. I would love to do every festival. I just want to be on stage, really.
Yeah.
The biggest stages, like the shows that I've been doing. It's just the progression I've seen in myself as a performer.
Yeah.
I know that I'm getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
And I realize the more I perform to the point where people see me and they know what I'm capable of,
Yeah.
I know I will be one of the best performers that people have ever seen. And I feel like I'm so confident in myself as a performer. I don't need to tell you how confident I am. I want you to see how confident I am when I'm performing.
And that your actions talk.
Yeah, like I let my work talk, not me talking.
Yeah.
And that's why I still have that militant mindset, but keep it with a humble approach.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.